Former lawman here, back with another officer shooting breakdown. I do these breakdowns based upon my 20 years experience as a cop in Southern California, where I also investigated officer-involved shootings. All right, this one comes from Grand Rapids, Michigan, February 18th. Pretty recent case. Suspect DeQuayne Johnson fatally shot during an encounter with Grand Rapids police in Michigan. 9:30 at night. It's pretty straightforward. This part's a little vague. The officers develop some kind of information that this suspect is armed. Okay, they know that this guy on the bike is armed. They try to do a bike stop on him. He runs on the bike and then he gets off and footbails. And a contact with the police leading to an officer-involved shooting occurs. So let's play that, and then we'll start breaking things down. You saw the dash cam of Officer 1. Now you'll see the body cam of Officer 1. A second shot of body cam from the scene. This is directly right after the shooting. All right, pretty chaotic as all officer-involved shootings go, right? Like I said, the officers knew this guy was armed. He ran. It turned out that DeQuayne Johnson was on parole, wasn't supposed to have a firearm in the first place. He was actually, a firearm was found underneath him in his possession after the shooting. All right, let's break this thing down point by point. Let's start with the stop, right? In these cases, sometimes the defendants will be like, oh, I didn't know the cops were chasing me. Well, this guy's got lights and sirens on, following him. The guy looks back, sees him, obviously fleeing. And this guy, it turns out he's on parole, so he's already breaking the law. Turns out this guy's also armed with a gun, already breaking the law. So this is how it begins. There's no problems with this stop. Watch, this is a sweet shortcut over this curb right now. I want to give this officer props. All right, see a suspect get off, eat shit on the ice, which I also enjoyed. And you're going to see an outstanding canine deployment here. Okay, remember, these dogs are there to keep cops from getting shot. And they take on this guy who they think is armed, who actually is armed, and is able to get him to the ground on a bike quick. Now you heard it the first time. We'll pay special attention to it on the body cam. The dog's on the suspect's left arm. The suspect is on his body, and they're working to get control of that right arm, which eventually has the gun in it. All All right, let's go back to Officer One body cam as he's getting out of the car. Okay, so he's already got great communication with the second partner that showed up. He's already telling him, show me your hands. He's reaching. You could see that right arm still underneath his body. It's a little difficult to see, but you'll be able to see it here. Okay, there's his right arm. It's under his body. Okay, that is where the gun ends up being. See, it goes under, so you can't see his hand. Okay, under. He's telling his partner, I need you to grab his right arm. He's reaching because the dog's on the left arm. Right arm. I got the dog. Dog's good. Hey, dog. Right arm. Stop reaching, man. You're going to get shot. Officer One, stop reaching. You're going to get shot. Second one, he's got a gun. Drop the gun, and now they're backing up to get space because this guy's going to turn and shoot him. This clip doesn't seem that important until you break down what is said in this video. It is from one of the officers who was this is just after the shooting, and you'll hear a statement where it's a quote, I saw the barrel pointed straight at my face, talking about the suspect's gun before they fired. Okay, so catch that audio here. I saw the barrel pointed straight at my face. Good information. All right, there is a bystander video that came out. This one came out before the body cam. This is the one that apparently got the NAACP involved and everyone to come out and say the cops are racist killers and that this man was executed and he was a good boy and all that kind of good stuff. Let's take a look at the bystander video real quick. It's kind of hard to tell in that video. I mean, it shows about the same other things. His arm was tucked in. One of the officers says he saw it and was pointed at him. It's probably the officer off to his left side. That would make sense if the gun's tucked underneath his body in his right hand. Some of this stuff is not going to be seen on a body cam. I've seen comments online about this. Well, you can't see the gun in the body cam. Well, number one, see the gun here in the picture? This is what they found under his body after they shot him. So he did have a gun. Okay. You can't see it in the body cam. Cool. Guess what? When you turn your head up or down or left or right, the body cam stays straight on your chest. It's not going to see everything. It's not going to see every angle. That was one of the reasons why I didn't want body cams to come into policing in the first place. I thought there would be more of this type of incident argument where you can't see it on the body cam. It turned out to be a great thing for law enforcement, but sometimes you're not going to see everything that happens on a body cam. No, look, if I'm the detective assigned to investigate this officer-involved shooting, this is going to get absolutely cleared, 100%. Policy-wise, I don't see any issues, and I don't know Grand Rapids police policy inside and out, but as a general police, tactics, how they did on this incident was outstanding. Good communication. They gave orders. They tried to de-escalate. They stayed safe and went home to their families, period. No problems legally. It should be no problem to clear this shooting, both within the department and in the justice system. The family came out after the bystander video, got the NAACP involved, saying that their son was executed in the back of the head. He wasn't. He was shot in the chest and torso. So obviously, no mama wants their son shot by anybody, including the police. So they're going to say what they say. Maybe they're on the cash run. Maybe they're not. It is what it is. But this is a pretty clear shooting based upon the actual evidence just in the body cams and the guns recovered. Some of the political idiots in this case is we're going to get to this moron in the picture here in a second. He's the mayor. There is another one, Kent County, which is the governing county in this jurisdiction. Kent County Commissioner Robert Womack called out the official narrative, basically didn't believe the police and compared it to George Floyd, right? So a parolee running with a gun and refusing to show his hands or give up when he's fighting the police with a gun is the same as George Floyd now in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Okay, let's talk about this dipshit on my screen here. Mayor David LaGrand, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Mayor David LaGrand. As you can see in the activism poster behind him, Black Voters Matters. He's probably not a friend of police, and I can pretty much guarantee that based upon some quotes that I'm going to talk about that the mayor had to say. So the mayor was out talking after this event occurred, took the route of like he can't comment on an ongoing investigation, which is true, but he also says that because he can run with the counter narrative that's on the street. If he's not talking about what's actually happened, he can run with the other narrative, so that's why he's doing that. I'll give you two quotes to show what a moron this guy is. On the canine use, this is a quote from the mayor David LaGrand. Quote, "It is time that we ask, what are dogs good for? If my dog did what I saw in that video, I'd put my dog down." Well, Mayor, this isn't your dog. It's not a pet. If your dog did this to someone breaking your house, it would be a good boy. Police canines are tools of law enforcement so that we don't get killed or injured, period. They take massive amount of risks for us, massive amounts of risk for us, tons. Sending a dog on an armed man who's fleeing police, who you already have information that is armed, is so that the dog can make that contact and get that person on the ground, and the officer doesn't get shot and killed. But by your stupid ass comment, you have no understanding of that whatsoever. Another crazy comment from the same event where he was talking about canines was on gun ownership, which is weird because the suspect had a gun. So I'm not sure where he's going with this, but it just shows you what a leftist moron this mayor really is. And I'll give you the quote. Quote, "I think as a community, we need to start having some shaming around gun possession. I think if you've got a gun, you should be ashamed of yourself." Well, Mayor, it looks like the citizens in your neighborhoods, in your city that you are in charge of, should absolutely be arming themselves because you've got armed parolees running around your town. Look, in my videos, I'm usually very harsh on many police chiefs and departments. This chief actually went out and did a good job and fought for his cops. I haven't seen anything negative about this police chief, how he's handled this, how he's fought back against the counter narrative. He's done a good job. But imagine this police chief having to work for this mayor or please this mayor, this obvious leftist, cop-hating mayor. Now, again, I didn't research all of the Grand Rapids, Michigan's policies and procedures and bylaws of how their city charter controls appointing police chiefs. Usually, a mayor has a big say, if not all the say, on who they appoint as a police chief. Even if not, they have a lot of sway on getting rid of a police chief. So my point is, police chiefs are on the hook for mayors many times. And if you're in a leftist city, that's what you're dealing with. That's what I try to tell guys who are talking about becoming a cop. And where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? Go to a sheriff's department. Okay. At least you get an elected official who can tell the county board to suck it, right? You get an elected official that doesn't have some lefty mayor that comes in, doesn't know anything about policing, telling them what to do. You at least have a shot with that. But I will get off my soapbox on the virtues of a police chief versus a sheriff. All right, there's two more things on this. It's kind of there's a lot going on with this incident. It's really clean cut. Parolee runs with a gun, doesn't give up a gun. The cops see the gun, they shoot him to save their lives. Easy case, okay? It's an easy clearance. They're protecting their own lives. So here's an additional thing. So the family comes out, they put out this bystander video. The NAACP is out there. It's a thing. It's a racist cops. They George Floyd this guy. They're killers, blah, blah, blah. So some idiot named Michael Buxton, 44 years old, goes out and doxes someone who he thinks is the police officer who shot. Turns out it wasn't. So he misidentified and doxed a man who lives like 4 hours away. He went out on Facebook and made a post, identified him by name, his home address, his wife's name, his family members' names, the addresses of the schools his children attend. Called him a dirty racist police officer who drove 5 hours a day to kill black people, and put up a wanted poster with the language of "by any means necessary" on it. Okay, so this is where we're at in America right now in police shootings and aftermath of police, okay? This guy takes a spun up counter narrative, doxes a guy who's not even a cop who lives 5 hours away, but guess what? This guy gets arrested. Michael Buxton got arrested for this. He's facing a felony and 6 years in prison. Close with this, okay? This is just I saw this today before when I was prepping for this video. It's typical media nonsense. You read this from Fox 17 in Grand Rapids, Michigan. DeQuayne Johnson's cause of death listed as homicide. Man, that sounds ominous, doesn't it? Oh, I can't believe it's a homicide. Those cops murdered him. It's awful. Guess what, Fox 17, with your clickbait bullshit headline? All police shootings are listed as homicides. Anytime another man kills another man, it's a homicide. It's just the difference is sometimes it's legally justified. Idiots. That's all I got. See you on the next one.